Now let's look back. To begin our lesson, we are going to review our vocabulary words. In the story are our vocabulary words that we saw in Prairie Dogs. Our first vocabulary word that we see is the word creek. Creek. Say the word creek. At the bottom of the page, underneath the red letters that say Introduce Oral Vocabulary, here is where we will find the definition or meaning of these words. Our first word, creek, means a small stream or brook. In our story, it says, near Prairie Dog Creek, you can see thousands of prairie dogs living in nature. So a creek is a small stream or brook. Our next vocabulary word is the word warn. Warn. Say the word warn. The word warn means to tell others about danger. In our story, it says, their high-pitched barks warn each other when enemies are around. Our next vocabulary word is the word crowd. Crowd. Say the word crowd. The word crowd means a large number of people or animals gathered together. In our story, we see the word crowd when it says, now that's a crowd. Our next word is the word agreement. Agreement. Say the word agreement. The word agreement means having the same feeling or opinion. In our story, the word agreement is used when it says, unfortunately, not everyone is in agreement about the prairie dogs. So our word is agreement. Our next vocabulary word is the word disgust. Disgust. Say the word disgust. The word disgust means talked about with another person or group. In our story, the word disgust is used when it says, as a result, towns and states have discussed what to do about prairie dogs. So our word is disgust. Our last vocabulary word is the word bills. Bills. Say the word bills. The word bills means an idea for laws that are presented to the government. In our story, the word bills is used when it says, some areas have even passed bills and laws that protect these important, adorable, and playful animals. So the word is bills. Next, we are going to be rereading our story from yesterday. An animal will tug and grab. Our caption on our photo says, animals touch. So let's read our sentence at the bottom together. An animal will tug and grab. One more time. An animal will tug and grab. An animal can hug its baby. How do elephants hug? Look at our picture of the two elephants. We can see that the mother elephant has her trunk or nose around the baby. So we could say that elephants hug by using their trunks. The dog and cat are friends. How can you tell? In our picture, we can see the cat and dog are laying with each other. It almost looks like they're cuddling. So we can tell the dog and cat are friends because they are laying with each other. What is in the grass? Animals can hear it. They will run away from it. And our caption says, animals hear. Do you know what kind of animal is in our picture here? Some might know, but this animal is a rattlesnake. Their tail makes a rattling noise that other animals can hear. A bird will sing, "Here I am." Have you ever heard a bird sing? A wolf will call to its pack, "Here I am." Do you remember in our last lesson when we read about Meg and Ellie and the wolves? If you remember in our story, one of the wolves howled and the other wolves came towards it. So a wolf can call or howl to its pack to let them know where they are at. Why will a dog press its legs down? It will let dogs see, I can play. So why will a dog press its legs down? A dog will press its legs down to let other dogs know it would like to play. And our caption says, animals see. Some bees will buzz and dance if they find food. Some bees will buzz and dance if they find food. A mom can tell the smell of its baby. A mom can tell the smell of its baby. And our caption at the top says, animals smell. Why do you think it would be important for a mom to be able to tell the smell of her baby? We could say maybe if the baby and mother got lost or separated, the mother could smell and see if she could smell her baby. An animal can have a bad smell. It will make animals run away from it. So in our picture, we see a deer, but we also see another animal hiding in the grass. Do you know what that black and white animal is called? That animal is a skunk. Have you ever smelled a skunk spray before? P.U. A skunk smell is a horrible smell. I would say I think it smells like rotten eggs. You do not want to smell when a skunk sprays. So in our story, we were talking about how animals communicate. If we remember our essential question, it asked us how animals communicate. Before we read our decodable, let's review some of our sounds that we learned from our phonics activity yesterday. If you remember yesterday, we were working with the short I sound, so the I sound, and also blending with the letter R, so making the R sound. So I have a few words on my trusty Apple whiteboard here, and we are going to be looking at some of these words together. So on our first word, we have the word trip. Trip. All together, trip. In the word trip, we hear the short I sound. We also hear our blend with the R when we say trip. Next, we have the word grin. Grin. We saw this word yesterday in our Reader's Notebook activity. In the word grin, we can hear the short I sound when we say in, and we also blend with the R when we say grin. Next, we have the word drop. The word drop does not have a short I sound, but we do hear the dr blending with an R when we say drop. And next we have the word drill. Drill. In the word drill, we have both the short I sound and also blending with the letter R when we say drill. So now as we read our decodable, be listening for words that have the short I sound and words that blend with the letter R. Now let's read our decodable. What did Dad get? As we are reading through our decodable, Mrs. Collier is going to read a sentence, and then I want you to read the sentence with me. So let's get started. Fred has a big bag. Graham has a tan cap. It is for Dad. So let's work on reading this together. Fred has a big bag. Graham has a tan cap. It is for Dad. Fred can hold up the bag. Graham will drop the tan cap in it. Pop! Fred can hold up the bag. Graham will drop the tan cap in it. Pop! So who is this gift for? The gift is for Dad. And what are they putting into the bag? The tan cap. Jill can get the bag. Jill has an animal. It is a red frog. So let's read this together. Jill can get the bag. Jill has an animal. It is a red frog. Did anybody notice that the word animal on our page is also one of our sight words? Do you see any words on the page that blend with the letter R or have the short I sound? Be looking for more as we read. Pop! Jill drops the red frog in the bag. It is for Dad. Pop! Jill drops the red frog in the bag. It is for Dad. So what did Jill drop in the bag? A red frog. Graham, said Fred, Dad has a red frog. How did Dad get it? So let's read again. Graham, said Fred, Dad has a red frog. How did Dad get it? So how did Dad get the red frog? If we look back, it told us that Jill put the red frog in the bag. Dad has his tan cap. Dad has a red frog on top of his cap. So let's read that together. Dad has his tan cap. Dad has a red frog on top of his cap. Fred, Jill, and Graham grin at Dad. Fred, Jill, and Graham grin at Dad. What a fun story to read! Now we are going to use our reader's notebook to finish the lesson. On page 91 of our workbook in our reader's notebook, you are going to be completing an activity about blends with R. So I circled page 91 at the bottom of our reader's notebook in case you are still looking for this page. Our directions tell us to name each picture. Circle the letter that stands for the beginning sounds. Write the letters to make the word. So for example, let's look at number 1 together. In number 1, this is a picture of a what? This is a picture of a crab. We can see that part of the word crab is spelled, but we are missing the beginning sounds. Our two beginning sounds that we see are fr and cr. Are we going to put ab or ab to spell the word crab? We are going to choose cr to say ab. So we are going to circle the beginning sound and write it in the blank. So for the rest of your questions today, it wants you to look at the picture, look at the beginning sounds, circle the beginning sound, and write it in the blank below. So just like how we did on number 1, we said what the picture was, we circled the beginning sound, and wrote it in the blank. So I want you to finish this worksheet, and since it is just pictures that we are naming in our beginning sound, Mrs. Collier is not going to go over every single question and read it like we usually do, because this time there's really not much to read except our beginning sounds. And I know that you guys will do a great job at that. So remember, look at the picture, Name what the picture is. Look for the beginning sound and write the beginning sound in the blank. Once you have completed page 91, you will be all done with your lesson for today. If you have any questions, please let me know, and if you get confused, you can look back at number 1, how we found the word crab.